So, 16:05 London time. Welcome everyone, and I wanted to thank you for taking the time to hear more about UNI and what we're doing as an organization within this industry, and how we're supporting the industry, and what incredible processes and thoughts we've put forward for the industry. I will start with just a quick introduction of the organization. The organization has been around for about a year and a quarter. The idea behind the organization was really creating a transparent, incredible, and efficient marketplace for the diamond industry in general. In fact, the company's motto is "In diamonds we trust." And that motto goes through every aspect and every fiber of what we do. And one thing that I have to caveat here and really emphasize on is the conversation that we're going to have today is all around natural diamonds, nothing other than natural diamonds, because we do believe that we are the holistic ecosystem for the natural diamond industry. And I hope today, when you walk away from this presentation, you can see that through the various aspects and things that we're doing and what we're providing into the industry, we truly are the place to come in order to be able to find the right diamonds for your business and to work with us to make your business much more effective and efficient. So the whole emphasis around UNI was to look and see what are the pain points today within the diamond industry, and how do we actually move these pain points into solution points and to help support the industry move in the positive direction. So you have customers and you have suppliers. You know, they're working effortlessly to try and work through all of the challenges that the industry has. So apparently there are some people who are having a challenge to getting on WebEx, according to one of our good friends who's trying to get on himself. Sorry, I'm just going to ask what the issue is before we continue on. So let's start with the vendors and suppliers. And so the challenges that this industry has had has been around a variety of different things. One of them is on the vendor side, that, you know, the information that's being provided and the data that is being presented may not be updated, may not be on time, it may not be the right information. And you know that the information is not necessarily in ways that people would need and want. So every solution aspect of what we came up with and what we put together was around helping support the industry become much more effective and efficient. And throughout this presentation, I'm going to go through and talk about each one of the 4 pillars that we as an organization believe in to help support the industry. So what are we doing on the technology side? On the sales and the marketplace, what are ways that we've actually considered to be able to be a part of the industry and help support the industry as a solution? What is UNI Capital and how does it work, and how do we actually provide financing within the industry? And how does it all come together with logistics and being able to ensure that our partnership with Malka Meet here is really a value add to our customers globally around the world. And those are the 4 pillars of the organization that we're going to touch on and discuss throughout this presentation. So I think the first and most important thing is to talk about the company segmentation. And this segmentation is something that some of you are familiar with who are already working with us. But those who are not, I'm going to take you through and talk about each and every one of them. We'll start at the top of the pyramid, UNI Masterpiece. Masterpiece is an area of goods that are extremely rare and very difficult to find. And these are the cream of the crop diamonds that we have in our industry. The vivids, the intenses, of various colors, the reds, the large diamonds, that are extremely rare to find. In Masterpiece, what we've done is we've collected information and data and have diamonds within our platform that are available to be sold. And this information is kept only provided to companies and organizations that really can purchase these types of diamonds and are looking for those types of diamonds. So when there's a need for those diamonds, we actually provide the information, the data that's required for them to be able to help sell those diamonds downstream to their customers and have a positive experience. UNI Premium is a part of the organization where we're looking at physically holding diamonds in our possession in Malka Amit's vaults. And in return, we're going to be creating a digital passport for each of the diamonds, which have unique characteristics in 24 different parameters of each diamond. We will do the videography, we will do the photography, and we will hold these diamonds to be able to sell them downstream and help support in the sales and marketing aspect of these diamonds. Now, when goods are provided to us for financing, and we'll talk about that and touch on that in a bit, UNI Premium is where the goods will be held because we will physically hold those diamonds in our possession. So that's the area of business that we physically hold diamonds in our possession. Everything from here onwards will not require us to hold any diamonds in our possession, but we will work with the industry to help the industry and our partners be able to sell their diamonds downstream. Now, UNI Standard is utilizing an API or an FTP, which will allow us to have real-time connection with our partners and be able to understand exactly what diamonds are available within their platform. So in case anyone in the world does a search on our platform, they'll be able to see exactly what's available and exactly what can be sold at any given time. Now, with that, we've picked specific companies that have a similar type of photography, similar type of videography, as well as the same type of ethics and standards that we have within our business to ensure that, you know, what we're actually providing with origin information, with data and everything else that we're providing, even within UNI Standard, matches very clearly to our belief, our positioning, and our standards. So that is UNI UNI Standard in a summary. In addition to that, UNI Axon is where we actually keep the data. When we first started this organization, one of the things that we considered and one of the things that we were looking at is how do we ensure that we have the right information, right data about our business and about what we're doing. We wanted to actually be able to finance the industry and help support the industry, but in order to do that effectively, we needed to ensure that we have the right pricing information and right data. So because of that, we needed to ensure that the data that we have is correct. So what we did was actually go to the top 25 manufacturers, ask them to join us in our platform purely based on data of their sales and or data information about their current stock based on what they would be willing to sell the diamonds at. So we have had the pleasure of being able to receive this data from 23 companies thus far. And what we do in this data, and I'll discuss this a bit more later, but we create what we call a truth sheet. And that truth sheet is the amalgamation of all of these manufacturers' data and information, summed up, summarized, where we can actually see where true market prices are. And based off of that, that's what we're providing financing on. And we're also providing back into the industry what market prices are and what information is available. And now the additional aspect that we've created in our platform, because a lot of our partners have come to us and requested for us to actually help with the current situation within the industry, and this is the part that we're really excited about, is introducing UNI Public. And UNI Public is basically an area within our platform which is free. And when I say it's free, you shouldn't read in between the lines. It's free. You can upload your data, you can upload your information as a company, and you can share it with the rest of the world. And in this environment, you can upload as much of the details, data of your diamond, the pictures, the certificates, and all other aspects. All we're doing is providing the platform for you to put this information on. This is your diamonds. These are your diamonds. They're your information. They're your data. So for us to come back to you and say, we need to charge you for that, we consider that to be wrong. And it's not something that we will do. And it's something that we believe is owned by you. Now, where we actually make money is not in UNI Public. We make our money in providing financing because we are a fintech company into the diamond industry. We are also making our money in UNI Standard and UNI Premium, where if we sell a diamond through UNI Standard or through UNI Premium, there's a 3% charge. And that 3% charge goes above and beyond what your actual price for the diamond is. So we feel that the services that we're providing, the insurance, the logistics, and everything else justifies the amount that we're charging. But I'll go through all the in-depth information of what we do to earn that 3%. And I hope that you will see that what we do justifies the 3% that we're charging for UNI Premium and Standard. So if you put any goods on UNI Public, there will not be any charges. You can upload your entire inventory and stock. You can put your prices. You can put your pictures, videos, certificate, whatever information you have, as much or as little. You could link it through API. You could link it through the FTP sites that we will introduce. Or you could upload it manually if you really are a smaller manufacturer who has a few stones, or a smaller dealer who has a few stones, and they just want to be able to upload that information directly on our platform. You're welcome. It's a public platform. It's utilized especially to be able to help support you as an industry, as an organization, to be able to move forward. Now, let's talk about each of the different parts of our ecosystem. And we call our organization not a platform, but an ecosystem, specifically because we really do believe that it's the all-encompassing aspect of where we are and what we're doing. Now, with the technology side, we have three different aspects within this part of the ecosystem. So UNI Passport is based on the unique identifiers of the diamonds, that once you actually are putting diamonds in UNI Premium, those diamonds are then marketed downstream through us to customers. Now, some of you may ask this question and say, well, why should I give you my diamonds? You know, it's my diamonds. Why would you need to have it? Why would you need to hold it? It's a great question. Now, there are two types of diamonds that we will actually physically hold. The first one is if we're providing 50% financing upfront, as collateral, we believe that we should hold the diamonds. But not only hold the diamonds, but help you sell the diamonds. We're the only company that I know in this world that not only believes in the value, the inherent true value of a diamond, but we also believe in diamonds being a collateral that we can actually utilize to be able to ensure that what we are talking about is what we are walking. We say in diamonds, we trust. So if we do say that, that means that we should take diamonds as collateral. We don't need anyone's houses. We don't need anyone's cars. We don't need anything else as collateral. What we would like are the diamonds. Now, what do we do with the diamonds? We not only hold them, we help you sell them. We help you market them downstream. And if we sell them and we can move those diamonds, then we can actually come back to you and say, all right, these diamonds that you gave us, we sold. Now you have the option of giving us more diamonds to keep the financing, going, or we basically deduct the finance rate and our charges, and we provide you with the remainder of the money of that diamond back to you. So Uni Passport, going back to what Uni Passport is in reality, these unique characteristics of the diamonds actually help us be able to understand specifically what the diamond prices are. So let's say a diamond that has a center black PK, it has an open on the table, the open is very large, it's definitely less desirable and has less inherent value than a diamond that has a small feather that is on the side on the girdle of a stone. So that's a more desirable diamond, and therefore it has a higher value. So these are the things that we're looking at unique characteristics when we talk about unique characteristics of a diamond. So there are 24 parameters that we look at every single stone, and each parameter has a sub-parameter. So we're looking at that and utilizing that to be able to create a unique identifier for every stone. Now, what do we do with that unique identifier in the passport that we have? Well, we actually, if it doesn't have a blockchain-backed product or process, we put it into blockchain, and at this time we picked Tracer as our blockchain technology partner for these polished diamonds. Now, we are blockchain agnostic, and what does that mean? That means if you're using anything that is blockchain currently, or if you are using anything that's semi-blockchain process of managing your rough through polish, you can put that information and data on our platform, and it can be validated very easily, so it's not an issue or a problem. So any blockchain it can be utilized on our platform. We've just decided that if a diamond doesn't have an identity, we will provide that identity utilizing our Uni Passport through the blockchain process of Tracer in order to ensure that for the future onwards, the diamond will continue to have an identity. Now, Uni Axon, and this is what we worked really hard on at the beginning of the time when I joined Uni, it was to really be able to go out in the market and talk about who we are and be able to get the right, transparent, important information we need. And that transparent and information is around pricing. You know, we've always talked about pricing as a discount or a this or a that. You know, I challenge that and I question it. Because if a diamond has a value, should we not talk about the actual true inherent value of that diamond? That's what we're focusing on. So when we receive data from all of our partners, the roughly about $6 billion US or overall per year, which equals somewhere around $650 million on a daily basis at this point. But we're hoping those numbers are going to continue to grow with your support and with your blessing. So with Axon, we actually create what we call a truth page. You know, you can call it artificial intelligence, you can give it all these sexy names, but in reality, it's something very simple. We basically say, this company has their information laid out in the following way. We have one major layout that we put everyone's information on. So row A belongs to our row C, row B belongs to our row D, etc., etc., etc. So we're looking at being able to amalgamate all of this data. We need a standardized process. And that standardized process will allow us to be able to average out the market prices, the details around where the market is, and the information that the market has. And in return to our partners who are providing us this information, we're providing them with aggregated information back. So if you gave us information about your goods, now we're going to tell you how you compare to the market in your goods. And what's moving in your goods, what's not moving in your goods. What are the areas that we're seeing potential opportunities for you to grow into, because we're seeing prices increase and volumes decrease. So we're looking at a lot of data live to be able to add value to our customers and add value to this industry, because this information around pricing itself is available for anyone to be able to use through the Uni platform, through the calculator, which, by the way, will be going on live next week. So stay tuned for that. But the Uni calculator, very simple. You want to know what a price of a 1 carat GSI 1 XXX none is? You put it in the system, and it'll show you what the average price is, what the maximum and minimum prices are, and also give you some additional cool features so you'd be able to understand exactly how the business is moving and what the business is going. I do see that there are some people who are asking questions. Please be patient. I will answer the questions at the end to make sure that there's a true Q&A that comes through as we go through this presentation. Now, the marketplace, this is where we're looking at the best of both worlds. You know, it's great to have a platform. It's really fantastic when you have, you know, retailers and jewelry manufacturers and wholesalers who are basically logging into your platform 24/7, no matter where they are, buying diamonds. But there's also a key element that we have to raise our hands and say we need. And that will always be people who have relationships, who have the ability to be able to sell. And that's an area that we also focus on. We have regional sales divisions and departments in North America, in China, Hong Kong, Asia, Middle East, Europe. And the team's jobs are to basically help ensure that what we're doing and what we're selling is effective, and be able to get demands so we can be able to fulfill that demand within the diamonds that are available within our platform, as well as within UNI Axon. The logistics aspect is something that I think, you know, brings everything together, because, you know, it's great for me to actually tell you, UNI is the best company in the world. I love and adore it. You know, I joined it and I became a partner and a part of this organization because I believe in the cause, because I believe in what it's doing. But, you know, how do you know where the diamonds are really going to be? And how do you know what really is going to happen? And this is why it was so critical for us to work and partner up with an industry leader to ensure that what is being provided out there in the market is trusted, it's verified, and something that people will appreciate. And this is where our partnership with Malka Amit on the logistics side became so critical, because today you can go to Malka Amit, give them a parcel of goods and say, this is for UNI. To UNI, care of Malka Amit. Malka Amit will help insure it. They will keep it. They will make sure that it's protected under your name in our custody, right? So let's say, for example, a company, a retailer or a wholesaler who has a demand for a 10-karat DFL type 2A. If anybody needs a 10-karat DFL type 2A, give me a call. Sorry. If there is such a demand, then basically the companies and people that we know that have goods available, we will reach out to them and say, there is a demand for this particular stone. Are you interested in us actually showing this stone to the customer? If you say yes, we will ask you to provide that diamond on a memo, a short memo, to us through Malka Amit. Malka Amit will store it, they will insure it in addition to our insurance, and make sure that it's protected for you and for us. They will ship the stone to where it needs to be. They will allow the stone to be viewed by the wholesaler or retailer or jewelry manufacturer. They can show it to the consumer. If the consumer likes it, great, the sale is done. Then we invoice that wholesaler or jewelry manufacturer or retailer, and you invoice us and we pay you. The process is very simple, but the simplicity of this process cannot be done without a trusted name, without a trusted organization that helps us make this happen. And that is where our partnership with Malka Amit became so critical and important. On the capital side, what we've done is really looked at the true absolute inherent value of diamonds. So you come to us and say, I have a parcel of goods worth $1 million. I'd like to receive financing for it. Now, we will take those diamonds. Through our partnership with De Beers Laboratory, we will look at the 24 unique characteristics, because we don't want to be in any way gaming any of this. We don't want anyone to think that there is any gaming. It's a third party who actually looks at the 24 characteristics and provides us the details around that aspect of the diamond. Is the diamond natural? Has it been treated? The unique inherent specific characteristics with the diamond. how how they look. Then all that in-depth information we take, and then we look at what the price for the diamond would be based on those characteristics. So if you give us $1 million worth of diamonds, and we see that it's worth $1 million, we will give you 500,000 up front. We will take possession of the diamonds. In Diamonds We Trust, we actually will take possession of the diamonds. We will help sell those diamonds. Every 4 months, we will review. Have we sold the diamonds? How much of it have we sold? Would you like the money back? Would you like to give us more diamonds? Would you like to keep the financing for up to 12 months? So what we're hoping to be able to do here is really bring in additional cash and be able to move diamonds that are perhaps sitting in your safe, or move diamonds that are perhaps we're able to much more effectively to be able to add value to. So the desire is here to help support the industry in ways and be able to move forward. And what I find interesting and fascinating is speaking to the financial institutions that are out there that we've approached. One of the things that they've said, which is where we are right now, is you need to prove the concept. And I cannot tell you how excited I am that we're able to prove this concept in the most difficult time of the industry. And this, to me, basically, more than anything else, shows how diamonds hold their value more than other commodities or other things that are out there, and how diamonds are truly not a commodity, but they're what people consider to be commodities. So the process can be insured through Lloyd's of London for people who are investing money. So imagine a major bank who wants to bring money into the industry, but they have heard things about our industry through various people who are within the industry, about things that this industry does, and about legitimate things that unfortunately have happened within our industry, as they do happen in many other industries. Well, to be able to set this in a way that they can start believing in diamonds, diamonds, we've approached Lloyd's of London and their parent company, and they've agreed that if it need be, they will ensure that that money that's coming in. So someone puts in $100 million, that $100 million can be insured, and it basically guarantees that they will not lose their $100 million. And this is kind of the for me, it was an exciting part to be able to prove to outside of this industry that there's an absolute value that diamonds have. And it is something important, and it is something that people can believe in. So that's where the loan process comes in. And this kind of talks about what the loan process is and how it works, and the details behind it. We do charge finance charge. The finance charge is competitive to where market financing is today. And the aim here is obviously to allow us to be able to continue this for the market, be able to provide those who are investing money into this a return, that they would really see the value that diamonds have within the industry, and move forward in a way that would be positive for us as well as the people who are receiving the lending. Now, the future plan, and this is where I talk about our partners within the industry who came to us and talked about, we need something more. Your UNI platform is great. It has great functionalities and capabilities, but we really want to be able to put our diamonds somewhere that we can trust, somewhere that can help us actually move the diamonds and sell the diamonds downstream much more effectively. Well, because of those requests, we decided that we're going to create this free online platform for anyone and everyone who's within the diamond industry. Everything is always protected. This is a B2B platform. It's not a B2C platform. Nothing that we do goes directly to the consumer. Everything that we do stops at retailer, because we know what retailers, jewelry manufacturers, and wholesalers are good at, and we know what we're good at. We're good at technology. We're good at providing customers and manufacturers a secondary way of marketing their goods that would allow them to be able to get the goods downstream and be much more effective. So that is what we do, and that's what we're good at, and the forte that we have. So because of that, we decided we're going to create this free online platform. And in this online platform, you can upload all of your data and information for each of your diamonds. The platform itself, for people who upload, for people who receive their login and password, is free. Okay. Now, how does this platform exist, and how can it make money, and how can it this, and how can it that? How can it survive? Now, advertisements on the platform is how this platform will survive. And the advertisements will be reinvested back into the technology to make sure the technology continues to improve. And that is key to me for you guys to understand, and for everyone on this call to understand. We do, on a yearly basis, have Ernst & Young, who actually audits our numbers and audits our systems. We will make sure that what we're doing and how we're doing it is validated and audited and ensured it's correct, that the money that is being spent on this platform is generated by this platform, and it actually helps improve the technology within this platform by itself. So it'll be a self-sustaining product that continues on. Because people are trusting us with their data, because people are trusting to come onto our platform and retrieve this data, we do not believe that there should be a charge for it. It's a storefront. You don't go into a mall and walk into the mall and pay at the beginning of the mall to be able to go into the retail stores to shop. And that is exactly what we're doing here. And we're utilizing the marketing costs to keep the platform sustainable. But in addition to that, because we have so much data and information around what's selling, what's moving, what's not moving, what we wanted to do and provide to the industry was a simplified calculator that provides this data, but the industry is asking for more. Can we have a list? Can we have this? Can we have that? For us, we don't want to be the one who puts out a list. We do not want to be an entity that does this, because we don't believe an individual or an entity should hold the market in one hand and be able to basically dictate what we do as an industry and as a market. We need to do this as an industry. We need to do it not just as the mid-tier industry. We need to have retailers involved. We need to have jewelry manufacturers involved and wholesalers involved. All of us coming together can actually make the right decisions for the entire industry, for the pipeline that actually is buying the rough, polishing it, and putting it into retail stores to sell it to the consumers. The entire value chain deserves to be a part of this. And this is why we're starting with mid-tier, which are the wholesalers and jewelry manufacturers, and going to retailers. And we believe that it should be a board of experts, that actually diamond experts, that validate this information, that really look at this and understand the inherent value of diamonds, where prices have moved up and down, why prices have moved up and down. They can actually be able to see this and understand it. And then they will make a decision. What do we do? This is the important part that I think the expertise of people will bring into the industry. So, an ideal example, nothing is selling today. The only things that are selling are groceries, toilet papers, and pasta. So what do we do as an industry holistically? Mining companies are going into care and maintenance or are shutting down. You have all of the world who's basically halted. Retailers are closed. The challenges are much more immense, and historically, since World War I or World War II, we haven't seen things like this before. So what do we do? I asked this question. If I were to decrease my diamonds on my platform by 50%, by 20%, would that make a difference? It wouldn't. Who can buy it? We can't ship it anywhere. No one can see it. So why decrease the value, the true value of a diamond, when the entire industry has halted? And this is where I think a panel of experts can really be able to put their thoughts and their expectations around what this industry should do and how this industry should move forward. And that's where we want to actually be able to contribute and help the industry move forward. For you to look at the benefits that each group has. So as public, you get to be able to put your diamonds on our platform with your name, your phone number, your contact information. You get to advertise it based on what you have. You get to understand what market prices are. But if you're in Uni Public, you can also use Uni Standard or Uni Prime. So if you want to give us some goods for financing, we can help you there. If you want to put some goods anonymously to be able to sell downstream, we can help with that. And I think it's such an important thing to think about today. We don't know who is good and who is not. We have an ultimate risk because of what's happened in the world today of really trusting and understanding where the business is, who is going to pay, and who is not. So let us help you be able to build that trust to move forward and really have a business that makes sense. So that's where the anonymity of sales will come into play, and how we can help you there. Now, you can, if you're utilizing our services, the shipping cost is on us. So when we're taking a short memo and sending it to maybe a retailer or a wholesaler to view the diamonds, QC them, and then take what they want and return back what they don't, that shipping cost is on us. We manage that. We take care of that. You have the option of having brokers within the platform if you work specifically with brokers who are looking for diamonds for you. You have the option of selling into Europe if you don't have an office in Europe. You have an option of selling into China if you don't have an office in China. We help you with that in our Uni Standard as well as our Uni Prime capabilities. A press release is going out on this very shortly, but we've partnered up with EasyCalc to be able to provide a sales functionality that will allow people to be able to buy directly from our platform through EasyCalc. So if you want to buy a diamond through EasyCalc, you'll be able to do so there. We've already talked about all of the other aspects here, like blockchain and the digital certificate, professional videography and photography that Uni Prime has. And one interesting thing is we believe in this industry, and you know, our shareholders also believe in this industry, and they've worked very hard to convince other organizations to come in. And we're very thankful for Penford to actually partner up with this young diamond investment trial that we're going to be doing, which basically tests and sees if you have young diamantaires who are coming into the industry, they want to understand what the trade is like, they can buy, they can sell, they can utilize our platform to do all of this, and we will actually be able to help support them through monetary as well as mentorship through our systems and our processes and everything else. So I'm very excited to actually be working with that group with Penford to be able to provide this. So this is us in a nutshell, and I do want to touch on this last part and make sure that we understand that everyone's fully aligned with me on this. Uni Public is free to anyone. You can put in your goods, no issues, no problems. Uni Standard and Uni Premium are the two areas that we charge 3% for if we sell a diamond. On Uni Prime, when you have goods there, we are doing a lot more to actually be able to ensure that we're putting the diamonds in the right places to sell them. We're marketing the diamonds as much as we can to ensure that they get sold, but we're also able to provide you financing for goods that are within Uni Prime. Having said all of the wonderful things that I have, and I hope you do think they're wonderful, I'd like to open this up to questions. Please feel free to type up your questions and ask questions that you may have. One of the first questions that came up in the conversation was Uni Premium. Are these goods that you own or owned by a third party and marketed by Uni? So it's a combination of owned by third party or we've provided financing. So let's say a manufacturer is phenomenal at selling into the US, but they don't have a China office. Now we do, and we can help them be able to sell within China. So we have the abilities and the means because of our partnerships that we've built with Malka Meat and being able to work in China, we can actually sell in China very effectively without any challenges or issues. So in that case, we would then be able to be your sales arm or support arm in being able to sell in a place that you've never had the ability to sell in before. Other questions? I do not see any more questions coming in yet, unless people are going to ask me those questions themselves. Somebody asked me, hey, have you shown the system yet? No, I haven't, and thank you for asking for that. So here's what the system looks like, guys. And thank you for asking that question. Silly Mahir. So basically, when you walk in, you get to see your dashboard, you get to see what's available, what's not, etc. But this is exactly the same look and feel that you're going to have if you were in Uni Public or here. You have the basic characteristics that you could search by. You have much more advanced features that you can look at. So on the basic, you have things like diamond shapes, color, clarity, BGM, which I know is important to many of us, clarity, finishing, fluorescence, and even by lab certificate and pricing. But when we go even farther into this, you'll get to see things like types of inclusions and where those inclusions are located, and whether it's eye clean or not eye clean. Measurements, what are the exact measurements of the stone, and how they're actually placed with the diamond itself, and also luster, shades, extra facets, hearts and arrows, etc. So you can do the search in many different ways, and okay, let's do that. And I'll show you what the search result will kind of look like. So here's the search results, HBS2 and diamonds that we have available. When you click on any of the stones, you can make an offer, you can the diamond, you can see the details of the stone. Excuse me, the details of the stone. You have an interactive way to be able to look at the diamond itself and see the beauty, fire, scintillation, and the look of the diamond. You have the picture with the black and white, the arrows, the hearts and arrows, the asset image of the actual stone. And I think that's a very important part for many companies who really enjoy seeing the asset image, the shadows of the stone and what it looks like. So you're getting a lot more in-depth information about the diamond than you normally would have. So being able to have all of this enriched information, I think, is very effective for people to see. But in addition to that, you actually will have the parameters of the stone, and the details behind the parameters, the inclusions and details behind that, and also any comments that the stone may have. So you'll have a lot of in-depth information. Now from here, you can make an offer, you can buy the diamond, you can email someone with the stone and the stone details. You just put in their email address and send it. You could WhatsApp it to someone, you could copy the URL and send it, add it to your favorites. On this side, you'd also put in a buyer's demand. If you are looking for diamonds, you could create a buyer demand and tell people exactly what you're looking for, and people can then actually help you fulfill that diamond. We have pair search. So through our technology, with all the diamonds that are available within our platform, we can match diamonds and be able to recommend match pairs to you, and be able to get those things. Orders, daily offers, various different aspects of what's available within this. But what I wanted to touch on is to ensure that you understand this is in some ways what the public platform would look like. The only difference is when you search on a diamond and you find that diamond, the information that you'll have on that specific diamond will be basically your information along with the details of the stone itself. So you'll have a lot more in-depth information of the diamond, and when you look at the details of the stone, you'll be able to see, for example, your company's information and everything else down here, where people can reach out to you and be able to contact you and connect with you to be able to get that information. So the platform in a nutshell, and I think we're starting to have some questions. So let's see, is this a B2B platform only? And the answer is yes, it is a B2B platform only. We will continue to be only B2B, and we will be nothing other than B2B. Does the public have images and video? Does the public have images and videos capability? The answer to that question is a great question, and the answer is yes. However, it depends on you. If you have images and videos of the stone, the platform will have images and video capability for you to be able to share and or for people to be able to view it. The name of public is a bit scary. So it's called UNI. It's not called UNI Public. The name UNI actually, it came from, uniting the industry, unifying the industry, and that's where UNI came to be as what it is today, or UNI. But it's called UNI. We're just segmenting it right now for people to understand what is UNI Public, what is UNI Standard, what is UNI. So you don't see this anywhere. You just see UNI. And that's the answer to it. I hope everyone understands. It's not going to be public. It's not going to be called this. And it will never be open to the consumer. This is a B2B platform. If you hold the goods, do you guarantee any timely turnover? The answer to that is yes and no. Now, if we hold the goods and you decide that the price on these goods are going to be high, we can't guarantee that we're going to be able to sell it within the first 4 months that we have the diamonds, right? So for us, it's again a take to ensure that what we're doing and what we're providing you is the best possible capability in order to be able to move forward and work effectively and efficiently. So for us, if we hold the goods and we finance the goods, every 4 months we're reviewing what we've sold. So there's pressure certainly on us to ensure that we are selling the diamonds, but we are doing so at a price that's acceptable and verifiable. Hello, Nilesh Bhai. And let's see, how can we use you but still have a direct relationship with the customer? You're getting a fee. We get a customer, and the customer has a direct relationship with us as a supplier. That's a really, really great question, and thank you for bringing that up. I want to be honest and very transparent with all of you. This is a big industry, but it's a small industry, and I respect that. We all work with many retailers. We all work directly with many people. Our job here is not to hurt your business. Our job here with many people, our job here is not to. So if we can actually be able to do, if we can actually be able to do our job right, we don't want to be here to try and take over your business. We want to be able to help you. We want to be able to deliver your business, which is why we're putting the public platform on, and it helps you directly get contacted by these people, either wholesalers, jewelry manufacturers, or retailers who want to have that direct relationship with you. The world is moving to a place where services become such a critical part of what we do, and the people who are providing the optimal service, and they're really helping our relationships move forward, are the ones who are going to continue to last and deliver and do phenomenal things. And I can wholeheartedly say there are quite a few of you guys that do a phenomenal job in servicing customers. So I don't foresee us to be a threat, but I foresee us to be your support and a sales arm that will help you be able to move forward in a positive way to sell. So we want a diverse customer base, not just UNI as one customer. And I agree with you, and that's why we're not saying that you need to use our platform and our platform only. We're not restricting anyone to do anything. We're providing a service, and it's an honest service to be able to help the industry move forward. So for us, we support being on Get Diamonds. You want to be on other platforms like IDEX, absolutely fine. For us, what's important is really being able to help the industry move forward and make it a much more effective process. When you sell for 3%, do you disclose who you sell to? Who takes the credit risk? Great question. How is assurance getting paid? Assured to get paid on time? So the answer is
The answer is still
for some reason I'm hearing echo. I'm sorry. So first of all, the 3% that we take covers insurance, covers the cost of movement, covers the cost of obviously our team and everyone else that is working on selling the diamonds. But we also do have credit insurance that we're working on to ensure that the diamonds are being held at our utilizing our insurance. The fact that Malcolm Mead is managing the shipping and the insurance for the diamonds themselves also help give additional assurance that the diamonds are going to be managed properly. In regards to how people get paid, at this time it's a very simple process. When we actually get the diamond to a retailer shows it to the customer agrees, and they actually pay for that diamond. We will then invoice the customer and ask you to invoice us, and we get paid and you get paid at that time. We take the risk, not you, which is why we're looking at ensuring that the customers and retailers that we're working with on standard as well as on prime are customers whom you would be very proud to be able to sell to and work with, and that can actually manage this sort of challenge. Which one thing you say differentiates Uni from most other platforms? So what differentiates us from any other platform? First of all, the public platform is a public platform. I think what will differentiate us is the fact that it's purely free, and the functionalities are, I think, much more superior to most platforms that are out there. Not all platforms. Granted, there are some really good platforms out there, and I respect them tremendously. But what we offer is the additional services and everything else that we do. So we offer for Uni Premium photography, videography, the passport, the digital certificate, the trust factor that we're providing. We're offering the shipments to and from customers that is on us, not on the companies. So there's a lot more services and everything else that we're providing that goes above and beyond any platform that's out there today. The logistics, the technology, the data on information on what's available, the pricing on the diamonds. No platform that I know out there is actually going and physically trying to help you sell your diamonds. So there are a lot of things that we're doing that is helping on that end. But if you take it and look at it on the other ends, like for example, us talking to financial institutions, banks, groups that have walked away from this industry, who have walked away from insuring this industry, and we are able to actually get them to join or rejoin back into the industry, I think is a huge value add that we don't even consider as the halo factor of what we're doing as Uni as an organization. Uni Public is free. You're saying it will stay free. It won't change. It won't change small letters. I'm assuming you're saying it will never change and it will stay free. That is correct. And as I said, let's say, for example, a company wants to do advertisement on the platform. That advertisement will charge for. And when you're, let's say, I'm going to use Venus as one of the examples, or Fine Star as an example. If you're advertising on the platform, then what will happen is that money will go into recycled into continuing to improve the platform overall and making it continue to be a strong platform to exist for many years to come. What if a diamond is sold and you don't get paid? Very interesting question. So if the diamond is sold and it depends on who doesn't get paid. So if you're saying if we don't get paid, we're still responsible. We are going to do our darndest to ensure that we are going to get paid from the customer, to ensure that you get paid. And that has not failed us in this industry yet, for as long as I've been in this industry, and for as long as I've seen what happens. But we do have credit insurance to assure that we are working on these things, and we are looking at this. Now, for many of our relationships, we do also ask for cash upfront. So once we have cash upfront, we pay you cash upfront. So the process is, it can be from cash to 30 or 60 days, depending on who the retailers are and or who the wholesalers or jewelry manufacturers are that we're working with. How much percentage of finance the one take against diamonds? So financing depends on two factors. It depends on the sellability aspect of the diamond. So what is the actual price that you have the diamond for and you want to sell the diamond at? And what is the rarity of the diamond, or how long it will take for a diamond to be sold? These two things will work hand in hand to give us kind of an understanding of finance rates. But finance rates will range from 8 to 12%, depending on those particular factors. So a great example of this is, if you have a 5-carat D flawless and you'd like to sell it for, $120,000 a carat, it might take a little bit longer to actually sell. But if you're at a price that's more competitive with the market, then it might actually be much more effectively to sell, and therefore the interest rate would be much more competitive. What are payment terms? So as soon as we get paid, you get paid, and that's the simplest way that I can put it. The understanding, and we will communicate this with you up front. If we're working with a luxury retailer that we know will take 20 days to QC the goods, and they pay at a standard of 30 days after that, then we will provide that information to you and be able to give you much more in-depth knowledge and information about the payments. Do you extend credit to buyers? Are there charges for the buyers? Great question, and the answer to that is, if we do have to give credit, we do charge for it. It's about 0.75%. Now, if that happens, we will come back to the seller and say, would you like to take this, or would you like, 0.5%, apologies. Would you like to take this, or would you like us to take this? So we will have that communication with the person who's selling the diamond and the person or the company who's buying the diamond. So the process, we're trying to make it as transparent as humanly possible. We'll communicate the percentages between 0.5 to 0.75, depending on the goods and the risk of the retailer and or whoever that's buying. So all of those things we take into consideration when we communicate with both sides. So it is transparent. How will you connect with the retailers, and what will mostly utilize this and mostly utilize the system to connect with us? So if you're on public, the connection is directly between the two of you. We have nothing to do with it. If someone who logs in finds a diamond and you're on public and you have that diamond, they'll pick up the phone or they'll email you whatever contact information that you have. If it's through our platform, which is UNI Standard or UNI Prime, the communication will all happen and the sales will all happen through the system. So the system will send you a message that somebody made you an offer, somebody purchased a diamond, etc., and everything will go from there. So having said all of this, we do have a mobile app as well, and that was the last question that I have. I wanted to thank all of you for joining this meeting. Believe it or not, we have a second meeting that will be coming up shortly, so you're more than welcome to stay on and see if I repeat the exact same things. But the next meeting will be starting in about a minute or so. So those who have joined us earlier, I want to thank you for joining us. And for those who are hanging up, thank you for making us a part of your day today. And I really do hope that we can help move this industry into a completely different realm and in a different place. And I look forward to working with you and making this successful. Thank you everyone for joining. And Harsh, thank you for joining. I just saw a message from Harsh saying thanks. I welcome those who are now joining the call. We're going to give everyone another minute to see if others are going to be joining the call before we start, if that's okay with you guys. I am going to share. Thank you for joining. We'll be starting in about 1 minute. We're going to go through the presentation about UNI. At the end of it, we're going to be answering questions around UNI and what we're doing to be able to allow people to talk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining. This is the meeting that we're going to be talking about UNI and UNI is doing for the industry and for the market. Before starting, I wanted to request for you to hold your questions to the end. After the presentation, I'm going to show you the platform. If I do not show you the platform, please go ahead and scream at me so I remember to show you the platform and what the platform looks like. The organization itself was created about 1.5 years ago. There are 4 main pillars within the industry and within the organization that we wanted to answer challenges that we saw in our industry. Those 4 pillars are ones that really help, I believe, us create what we call a holistic ecosystem. So we don't consider ourselves to be just a platform. We really do consider ourselves to be a holistic ecosystem for the diamond industry. And one thing that I really need to touch on, and this is something that we need to get out of the way at the very, very front of the conversation, is we are here for natural diamonds only. So this is a natural diamond platform. And in addition to that, I really do want to touch on the fact that this is a platform and an ecosystem that has been created to answer a lot of issues and challenges that we've seen within the industry, to help support the industry and make it a stronger and transparent and much more effective industry to move forward. So our vision for the organization has always been to create a transparent, incredible, and efficient marketplace for the diamond industry. So you have the buyers and the sellers, and the stuff that we're doing in the middle are things that we believe will really create an efficient environment for people to work within. Sorry, somebody asked me to let them mark up my sheet. Not now, but maybe later. So let's talk about the 4 pillars of our business and our industry. Technology is one aspect that we felt very, very important and passionate about, to make sure that we have the right information, we have the right data, we have information that will allow us to be successful in sales, but also in financing. And all of that is sat within the technology division of our organization. The marketplace, which is where we do our sales process, it's not just an inventory, but it is also managed by a sales team. So not only we have the 24/7 area where you can actually buy diamonds, but you also have a sales team who can help in the sales process. On the financing, we really wanted to bring more money and more financing into the industry, but as our name says, in Diamonds We Trust, we really wanted to ensure that we show and we prove that we are trusting diamonds. So as collateral, we do take diamonds. So we will physically hold the diamonds that we're providing financing for, and we help sell those. It just doesn't sit in a safe. And that, I think, is an important thing that one needs to appreciate about what we're doing as an organization. And logistics is critical for us because it kind of brings everything together. Our partnership with Malka Amit and the trust that the industry has on the largest transportation and logistics organization within the industry in ensuring that it's safe, in ensuring that the diamonds are insured, they're kept in the right place and in the right format, was very, very critical to us. So the partnership that we've been able to develop with Malka Amit has really helped us be able to take UNI as an organization to a completely different level than any other ecosystem or platform that's out there in the industry today. So let's talk about UNI as in its segmentations. UNI as a whole has various different parts. Now, the different parts are the things that we'll be talking about, and let's start out with UNI Masterpiece. Masterpiece is a group of diamonds that are extremely rare. These are the cream of the crop, the upper echelon diamonds, the red diamonds, vivid blues, vivid pinks, intense pinks, greens, blues, etc. And also the very large stones like 20 karat D flawless type 2A, 30 carats, GSI1, whatever it might be. These are really rare diamonds. And the reason why we've put it into Masterpiece is this is by invitation only. The customers who actually can view these goods and or can request for these goods, we've actually validated and verified to ensure that they are actually users of these goods. They sell these goods downstream. The consumers who are buying from them or the retailers who are buying from them are ones that really can utilize these goods. So that to us is very important. Now, I said this and I use the word consumer, but I don't want you to think we sell to consumers. Our customer or our customer's customer do sell to consumers. So we sell to wholesalers, jewelry manufacturers, and retailers. That is our forte, that is our expertise, that is where we work in. So this is a B2B platform, okay? UNI Premium is a segment of goods that we physically hold possession of. When we hold possession of those diamonds, we create a passport for them, we do videography and photography for those diamonds, and we provide financing for those diamonds. So we do a lot of different things in order to ensure that we're really adding value to the diamonds that are within Premium, because we're holding possession of those goods. We want to ensure that there are Malka offices around the world. There's more than 50 of them, that they can actually be sold much more effectively. So we position them where they can be sold just in time. And we're really ensuring that what we're doing is helping the industry go and develop. UNI Standard is very similar to UNI Premium. The only difference is we do not hold those goods. You, as our partners, hold those diamonds. Now, you will provide us with an API or an FTP of that of those diamond information, which then allows us to be able to, as if it was live, show to our customers around the world, these diamonds, we know they're available, we know that they can be sold, we know that they can be shipped to our customers globally, and therefore we have much better confidence in ensuring that these diamonds are there. We also use UNI Standard not for everyone. UNI Standard has certain criteria on the photography, videography, and they have to be what we call the UNI trusted partners. So they've gone through our JC process, they've gone through the best practice principles of De Beers. There's a true understanding of their ethical standing within the industry and how they work and what they do in order for them to become a part of the standard. That doesn't mean they have to be the biggest company, but it just means that you have to be able to follow certain guidelines and standards, and those guidelines and standards are very comparable to what the RJC has as their guidelines and standards. UNI Axon is an area where we first started our initial instigation of this business. What does that mean? We went to the top 25 manufacturers in the world and we talked to them and said, provide us with your data. We will take that data. We will combine it into one big truth statement, and we will provide you the aggregated information back. Now, why did we need this data? We needed this data to understand, how do we finance diamonds? If someone questions and tries to understand where our pricing came from, we need to have a way to be able to show them that the pricing is transparent, it's open, it's based on market prices, and it's based on data that is being provided to us live. And that's where Axon started. So this is based on sales and or diamond prices based on what you're willing to sell those diamonds at. So data then actually gets aggregated, and this is what UNI Axon is. Now, UNI Axon also helps us sell into UNI Standard or UNI Premium customers. So let's say a customer who's asking for 500 1 carat GSI 1 XXX nuns. We can actually look through UNI Premium, UNI Standard, and UNI Axon to be able to help support fulfill those diamond demands and diamond needs. UNI Public is the new area that we're focusing on, and we started focusing on this specifically because our customers asked for it. They wanted a place where they can actually provide data and information of their own and be able to allow customers to be able to log in to communicate with them. So a customer who's looking for a diamond can log in, they can do a search. Once they do a search, they'll be able to see all the information of the stone and everything else. And if they click on that diamond, they'll see your contact information, your email, your phone number, whatever you wish to put in. It's an open public platform. You manage what information you put in there. You manage if you want to put pictures, videos, certificates, details of the diamonds. It's all for you. And it can be done through API, it can be done through FTP, or if you're a small manufacturer, a small wholesaler who has a small number of diamonds, you could upload them individually if you want to into your storefront. So it is UniPublic, it is free, we do not charge for it, there's no cost for it. We believe it's your data, it's your information, and therefore it shouldn't cost anyone to be able to log in and interact with you for it. So this is why this aspect of the business we're not charging anything for, and this aspect of the business is separated completely from the rest. If you look at Uni Standard and Uni Premium, if we sell a diamond, we charge 3% for it. If we do not sell a diamond, we do not and cannot charge you for anything. So the whole idea here is obviously the more we sell, the more effective we are, the better we are in being able to make money. But then when you look at UniPublic, that is an area that we created specifically because we had our partners asking for it, specifically because of everything that's been happening within the industry and how the industry is moving and where the industry is going. We believe this industry requires transparency. We believe wholeheartedly that this industry needs to have its data managed by its own people, not by one individual, not by one organization, but really be able to be managed by the people within the industry. Uni technology. Okay, so Uni technology, we have three different sections here, Uni Passport, Traceability, and Axon. The passport is a unique identifier that each diamond has. So this is something that we decided to create as a digital identification for each diamond. It uses 24 unique parameters. We've partnered up with De Beers Laboratory to be able to get those 24 unique parameters. We do the videography, the photography of each one of the stones. So it has the complete aspect of the diamond in a digital format. And what do you do when you have that digital aspect in digital format? You can keep it by itself, or you can incorporate it into a blockchain technology that will allow that information to continue on for as long as that diamond exists. So we decided to partner up with Tracer and be able to provide this blockchain technology digital passport capability. Now, we are blockchain agnostic, and what that means is you can have any blockchain that you're using, whether you're using Seren's technology, which is a semi-blockchain, or you're using any other blockchain technology that's out there, or using Lucy or whatever it may be. We're able to actually capture the data and understand the information around the diamond, where the diamond is coming from, what the diamond is, etc., and continue to take that and continue it downstream for the diamond, and so you will have origin information and in-depth information. But we believe that every diamond deserves and should have a traceable aspect to it, and that traceability aspect, if it doesn't have one, if a diamond doesn't have one, we'll start with us through the UNI passport, and it will continue to move on that way. UNI Axon, I've kind of touched on this. I think that the big aspects of the Axon and the explanation is, we have 20 some odd, 23 or so manufacturers today that are putting information on our platform. More than $600 million a day is of the information that we're getting and gaining from our platform. And what we've done is create what we call a truth page. The truth page is something very simple. In fancy terms, it's an AI platform, but really it's basically one sheet that basically says this company explains their diamonds in the following 40 different ways. And those 40 different ways are equivalent to UNI's 40 different ways. So, and then we continue to translate every single company's information to how UNI sees that information. And that translation then gets aggregated, summarized, and based on that churning and information, we then get average prices. We get to see what's moving. We get to see what's not moving. We get to see what's in demand, what's not in demand, where prices are moving up, where prices are moving down, what's in demand because the prices are moving up on them, what's lower in demand because the prices are moving down on it and the volumes are increasing. So you can see a lot of in-depth information. And what we agreed with our partners, the manufacturers, is when we aggregate this information, we'll actually provide that information back to them, so they can go ahead and be able to utilize it for their own systems. So if they are looking at a best price value manufacturing process, they can utilize this information to ensure that they are seeing what's happening within the market. They're able to see how the market is moving in order to be able to utilize it effectively and ensure that what they're producing is based on what the demand is within the market. But in addition to that, they'll get to see a lot more in-depth information, and the entire industry gets to see average diamond price information. The calculator that we're creating for that will come up sometime next week in our platform, and it's based on actual value, and this is such an important thing to look at and consider. We don't believe in negative values. We believe in true and absolute inherent values that diamonds hold within them. So if you're looking as an individual or as an individual who's a buyer for a retailer, jewelry manufacturer, or wholesaler, and you want to know what a price of a 2-carat G VS1 XXX none is, you'll be able to find that, and you'll know what the market price on average is. You'll know what the maximum price and the minimum price are. You'll know exactly why something is minimum. Like, for example, it might have a black PK in the center, it might have an open. There are many reasons why prices become lower, and there are many reasons why prices become higher. So the whole idea behind this is really being able to create a transparent and open platform on the B2B side for individual diamonds in order to ensure that you're making the right decisions for your business. We are not in the business of creating lists, creating things like that, unless the industry asks us to come up with something that the industry will decide what to do with. Not us, but the industry. So we're happy to work with the industry to support the industry. But for us, what's important is being able to have the right data and inform people with the right data. The UNI marketplace, and I touched on it, it's so important for us to recognize that, yes, having a great platform that's open 24/7, 365 days is wonderful. And people can log in their pajamas and buy their diamonds online if they want to. And let's say you're a buyer for a retailer and you want to do it at night at home. Great, you can do it. You can do it on your handheld system, or you can log into our website and do it. But in addition to that, you need a dedicated sales team who's passionate, who's able to actually be able to sell diamonds downstream. And that's something that we're providing to ensure that people are able to see that we're not just a platform, we're helping them be able to be more than that. And all of this is rounded up by our relationship with Malka Amit, which I've touched on. The fact that you can go to Malka Amit and say, these goods are for UNI, and they, you basically can create a memo for UNI in care of Malka Amit. And from Malka Amit, then we can distribute the diamonds exactly where they need to go in order for our partners to be able to view the diamonds, QC it, and sell it back, is very important. This information becomes not just critical, but the relationship that we're building and the trust that we're building becomes very, very important, because we are working with one of the most respected names in our industry. We are ensuring that these diamonds are not just insured by us, but also through Malka Amit. They are in Malka Amit safes. So there isn't any questions about where are my diamonds or what's happening with my diamonds or where are things going. And that to me is very critical and very important. On the financing side, there were two parts of financing that were very important to us as an organization. One, to bring money into the industry, but second, to be able to get financial institutions to be interested in our industry again. So the idea of being able to provide 50% upfront financing to companies was instigated because we really wanted people to start trusting the industry. You know, the fact that, you know, we have Lloyd's of London, who has given the option of being able to, for investors who are putting money into this industry, into this aspect of financing. Let's say you're an investor, you put $100 million into UNI Capital, and UNI Capital is providing financing downstream to manufacturers or whoever owns diamonds. We take possession of the diamonds. That's one of the most important things, because in diamonds we trust. We will take them as physical asset that we will hold, versus holding houses or this or that, or putting liens against things, etc. But we won't just hold it. We will help you sell it. That's the important part of one of the things that we do. And the financing can be up to 12 months. So if we sold it, we come back to you. You decide you want to give us more diamonds to replace those that we sold, great. If you decide that you want the money back for those diamonds that we sold, fantastic. We'll take the finance charges off. We'll take our charges off and give you back the remainder of the money that will be there. So for us, the important aspect on the customer side was being able to bring more money, but on the institutional side, to be able to get people to trust diamonds. So if you are an investment organization or a bank who has walked away from this industry, and you have the opportunity of making 6 to 8 or 9% on the money that you're lending into a business like this, and your money is guaranteed safe, no bank would walk away from that. And this is why I think it's such an important thing for us to be able to ensure that the industry understands we're not just focusing on one side, we're also helping focus on the other side. We're bringing people and organizations and groups into this industry that would have never come into this industry if they didn't understand how secure their money was and how trustworthy it was. The financing works very simply. So when you give us the diamonds, we validate it through De Beers Laboratories based on the 24 parameters. So it is transparent. It is not by us. We're not doing any favors for anyone. It is something that's being done by a third party, and we take that inherent information and the unique characteristics. We compare it to where market prices are for those goods that have those unique characteristics, and then we provide We add up the values and we provide you 50% financing based on market value of those diamonds. And when the diamonds are sold, the loan is settled, and then the remainder of the balance is transferred to our partners who gave us those diamonds to be able to sell them. Our future plans, and this was again one of the big things that our partners asked for, was, we want a storefront. We want to be able to put our goods onto your platform, but we want to be in charge of it. How can you help us there? And that's where we came up with UNI Public. Now, in this platform, you can actually put your goods on for free. You manage your own goods. You can do it through an API, through FTP, or you could do it manually. But the diamonds that are on this platform, when people do a search within that platform, they'll be able to see these diamonds are available. They'll look and see who's selling it. They'll call or email that company and say, hey, do you have this diamond still available? If you do, you guys will do your business. It is what it is. And I'm happy for you that you were able to do business. But for us, we're just creating the environment to allow you guys to come together. Now, that's different than UNI Standard and UNI Prime, which are within our premise and within our control, which we'll talk about later. But for this, it is a free online platform for natural diamonds. The people who have logins into it are B2B, retailers, jewelry manufacturers, and wholesalers. So these are the people who can actually be able to get into it and see. And I'll show you what the platform to some extent will look like, because it won't be very different than what the UNI platform today looks like. Marketing on the platform, this I think is important to talk about, because if you want this platform to exist and continue to exist, what we've done is basically said it's a free platform for people to join, free platform for people to be able to put their goods on, but the only place that there will be a charge will be advertisement. So if you're a company that wants to advertise, then you can actually advertise on the platform. The money for that will go back into recycling and ensuring the platform is kept up and the technology is ahead and everything is working fine with it. We do have Ernst & Young that audits our company on a yearly basis, and one of the commitments that we have is ensuring that is something indeed that will happen. Now for us, as I mentioned before, we look at diamonds as a value that has a true value, an inherent value, an absolute value. Now, when we look at diamonds in that way, the industry may want to look at it in their own way and validate it in their own way. And so what we would love to be able to do is provide the industry with the aggregated information, the diamond information, and have validators within the industry, a board of diamond experts, who can actually look at that information and say, yeah, looks right, or no, I think it needs to be this way or this way, and or make industry decisions. And I think it's such an important part of what we're doing. So the key here is making sure that you have retailers, wholesalers, and jewelry manufacturers who are working with us, who are really creating this environment to ensure that what's being created is by the industry. Now, I do want to say, when this board is available, they are the decision makers. So they do not give us an opinion and then we say, no, I don't agree with your opinion and I'm going to do my own thing. So it's not an advisory board of that per se. It's a board of diamond experts who are making the decisions based on the data that's been put in front of them. Very different than what there is in the market or where there could be in the market, because we do not believe that an individual or one entity should hold the entire industry's pricing in their hand. That's such a critical thing to appreciate and understand. This is an industry's key area of continuation and success. You know, when the world comes to a stop, like it has during COVID-19, where retailers are closed, Borders are closed. There is nothing that's available. I cannot ship a stone in or out of India. I cannot ship a stone in or out of Botswana. Mining companies have gone into care and maintenance and or have closed their mines in order to survive. Who decreases prices and why? Right? In environments like this, a panel of experts can actually step back and go, if we decrease prices by 20%, will that cause anyone to buy diamonds? No, because I can't sell it, because I can't even ship it out. So what makes fundamental sense here is to make the right decision for the industry by the industry. Looking at true and inherent value of a diamond. The diamond is worth $5,000. Tomorrow it could be 4,908. The next day it might be 5,002. But the fact that it is what it is based on what market conditions are, that's just the data input. The experts are the ones who will do this and make a decision of what's right for the industry. And that is a critical part of where we want to be in the future. That's where I think the future of this industry should be. And I would love you guys to join us and be a part of it. Now, the services and benefits of each segment are put here. So obviously, as a UNI Public, you get a storefront. You also get the ability to look at pricing. But if you're a UNI Public customer, you can also put goods anonymously on UNI Standard or give us goods to finance on UNI Prime. You don't have to just be public. It could be a combination of. You can then be able to sell anonymously. We can help ensure that the goods are being managed carefully in shipping and movement of the diamonds. We help you sell in China if you don't have a China facility, in Europe if you don't have a Europe facility. We allow for brokerage systems to work within our system. We just are setting up a press release. We're working with EasyCalc, and we are going to be the sales arm or the sales capability or technology behind EasyCalc. So when someone wants to buy a diamond through EasyCalc, it will be the UNI platform that they'll be purchasing the diamonds from. The rest of the stuff in here I've talked about, like professional videography and photography and blockchain and so on. I think the one area that I'm very proud of, thanks to our shareholders, as well as Penford for coming together and creating this trial for young diamond investment. For me, that's very important because the future of our industry is in the hand of young people who are coming into the industry and want to make an impact. I've heard so many youngsters who have come into this industry. I can't believe I just used the word youngsters, by the way, but that's a separate conversation. I can't believe that, when they come in and say, if I had, $100,000, I would do this, I would do that. Well, we're trying to create those environments to allow these individuals to have that sort of money, to be able to understand what it means to trade, to be able to bring an investment in, help sell the goods on our platform, be able to make money and move forward. So we are really working on ways to be able to help the industry. Before moving on, I just wanted to thank you for listening to me yap for the past half an hour. I think it's important to recognize that I do appreciate your time and the time that you're investing with me. I wanted to take you over and have you look at the platform and what we're doing and how this works. So the platform has basically search capabilities for basic, more advanced search capabilities. So basic meaning, the 4 C's: shape, carat, color, clarity, finish, fluorescence, the lab company that's there, but also no BGM, triple X, double X, the normal stuff, fancy and white, etc. But in addition to that, we also have much more advanced information that you can look at. Inclusions, where the inclusions are, what type of inclusions they are. Is the stone eye clean or not eye clean? What are the measurements of the stone? So these are all search capabilities that you have. Does it have a culet? Does it not have a culet? What is the culet's condition? Hearts and arrows, luster, shade, extra facets, etc. So all of these aspects are within the search capabilities of these diamonds. So the desire here is being able to provide you with as much in-depth information as we possibly can. So when you're searching for a diamond within our platform, you get a whole bunch of diamonds that are available, and you can look at the in-depth information of each of the diamonds. Now, if you tap on a stone, you'll be able to get a snapshot of what the diamond looks like, kind of like you opening up a parcel. You can make an offer or purchase a diamond if you want. The details of the diamond, and the details of the diamond is much more specific. You have the parameters, the inclusions, the comments, and also similar stones that may fit your search criteria. So in addition to the lovely video where you can see the fire and scintillation of the stone, you actually have the picture of the stone. You have the black and white picture, the arrows, the hearts and arrows, the asset, the shadow. So it gives you all of the pertinent, real important data and information that will allow you to be able to make the right decision about the stone that you're purchasing. Now, what's different here, by the way, you can also email this to yourself, you could, or to a customer. You can WhatsApp it to your customer. You can copy the URL and send it to a customer. Now, what's different between this page and what you would have in UNI Public is that you will have your information here. So the company's name will be here, contact information, phone number, email address, etc. So all of that information will be available. We also do match pairs. So if you want to do a match pair search, you could actually do match pair searches and look for those. Buyers can put in their demands in our platform. So if a buyer needs 100 stones of G VS2, they can put it in here and see what might be available within our platform and within our customers base. So all of this information will be available should it be needed. So that's kind of the snapshot of what we have available. I'd like to open this up to now questions, if at all possible. There's a long question that just came up. If I put diamonds on Uni Premium or on Uni Standard, and I get one of them, my customer's calling for such a diamond, can I call back the stone, or will I have to sell the customer? You do not have to send the customer through Uni. If you believe that we're adding value to you as Uni, you can send the customer to us. We can sell the diamond. If you want the diamond to come back to you, you can definitely have the diamond come back to you. But please remember, Uni Standard, the diamonds are held by you. We do not take those diamonds. It's an API, it's a feed that we're getting off of your diamonds with your diamonds criteria and information. So what we're actually able to provide there is you hold the diamond, you physically own the diamond, and if one of our customers wants to buy the diamond, then they log in and they purchase that stone. We send the message to you, and then you can sell the diamond directly to. We sell the diamond directly to that customer, and then we pay you for it. So you will hold the diamond. Are there any other questions? Any other questions? Ooh, I do have one more question. Which stones you take in possession in Uni Premium? We will take whatever diamonds that you'd like us to take possession of. And so basically, right now we're looking at our areas are quite vast in the U.S. as well as North Americas as well as Europe and Asia, and they use an array of type of diamonds. So for us, what's important is being able to understand what you have and what prices you're looking at selling those diamonds, and then helping you be able to sell those diamonds effectively throughout the world. How much is interest on financing? Great question. The interest is dependent on two factors, the price of your diamond as well as the sellability of a diamond. So those two will actually then calculate the interest rates. But the interest rates are very competitive to where the banking interest rate is. The interest plus all the finance costs and everything else are equivalent to somewhere between 8 to 12%, depending on the types of goods and again the sellability of the goods. And obviously the finance rates slightly change and move based on market conditions as well as finance conditions. How do you create a standardized form then for all diamonds exhibited in UNI standard? So thank you for asking that question. On UNI standard, we're looking at companies that are very much aligned to how we're videoing and filming the diamonds and providing the details of the stones. So we're looking at companies that have similar type of videography, similar type of photography. They are ethical and in compliance to ethical standards that are within the industry. And those are the companies that we work with on UNI Standard to provide an API that goes downstream to customers around the world. So that's what we're doing. Great presentation. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Do you have a recording of you doing this presentation? As I know other people would who would be finding this very interesting. Recording of this webinar and previous one will be available. Okay, will they be available? So the answer to that question is yes. We will put the links on our platform for the 3 different ones that we've done today, and then you can see if I've been pretty consistent in what I've said or not. And you can also see my energy level of where I started in the day and where I ended up in the day. So hopefully you'll see that I've been fairly standard throughout time. Next question. You said that you finance 50% of the purchase of the diamond. Do you take 50% of the value of the parcel as collateral or the whole purchase? Okay, so the way that we finance, and it's a great question, we provide 50% upfront. So let's say we provide 50% upfront. The finance is 7% per month. Sorry, 7% per year, excuse me. 7% per year. So let's say, 7 divided by 12, I don't know what that number will be, but we sell it in the first month. So that means we will take 0.58% for the interest rate and the finance charges. We will take the 3% for selling the stone, and the remainder of it basically goes to you as our customer. So that's the sort of way that it would work. So average sales probably will be somewhere between 30 to 60 days. Purely based on and dependent on the pricing of your diamonds. Some people I love and respect tremendously, but they put prices that are perhaps a bit unreasonable in any market condition, let alone standard market conditions. So when that happens, obviously it will take longer for a stone like that to be sold because either the price needs adjustments or the market will come up to where the price of that stone is. And at that point, then the stone can get sold. So it's purely dependent on that. Can we have multiple access logins? Yes, you may. Individuals can actually request additional logins for the companies and organizations, and we can set that up. And who will get a priority UNI Premium or Standard? Who will get the priority UNI Premium or Standard, and which country you prefer cover the most? So the diamond gets the priority. It has nothing to do with it being a part of Premium or Standard. And the customer will look at the diamond, and based on what they see off of the diamond, based on the qualities and beauty, scintillation, everything else, and obviously the pricing that each diamond will hold, they will pick the diamond that's right for them. We do not bias diamonds and say we need to sell priority first, we need to sell this first or that first, or this company or that company. The diamond will speak for itself, and our customers will buy the diamond based on the inherent value of the diamonds, not based on what type of customer you are. If we do that, we have failed you as an organization, and we have failed this industry, because what we're trying to do is redevelop that belief, that desire. The diamond is what should be speaking to the customers more than anything else. What happens after 12 months if all the diamonds are not sold? God forbid, that means we're really crappy or you're really badly priced. Sorry, I'll be serious. Do you have to pay back the money in finance with interest? The answer to that question would be every 4 months we're reviewing it. So we don't wait until the last minute. So in the 4th month, if we see, listen, the price of market is here, the price of your goods are here, this could continue to be an issue. If you choose to keep it at the same price, you keep it at the same price. If you agree that the market price, if you believe that the prices are going to come up, then we keep the prices as they are, and we keep trying to market your goods as we go through. In 12 months, if nothing has sold, after us reviewing 3 times with you and making sure either we or you are kind of working together effectively, then yes, and at the end of 12 months, we would give you your diamonds back. You would give us the money back plus interest rate. Do I foresee that happening? No, because then we would fail on what we're doing. The whole idea here is to create that transparency and honesty between 2 organizations, so we can all be effective and be able to do this well. Do the buyers get a QC period? Are all sales final? Can they return before 30 days? Wow, phenomenal question. Yes, they do. We do have partners that we work with who actually on standard as well, well on prime we physically hold the diamonds, so it doesn't matter, but on standard we're working with companies that allow for QCing to happen with retailers or wholesalers or jewelry manufacturers, because we know that there are certain companies that have very stringent requirements that even we as an organization cannot QC effectively and by ourselves. So for those organizations and companies, we will provide that QC capability. We will allow them to be able to validate the goods, to see the goods, in order to ensure that they're buying what they want. We will validate with you as our partner who are providing these diamonds to us, how long the QC will take. So if it is a luxury retailer, it might take about 30 days. We will provide that information to you. If it is an independent retailer, they might take 1 week or 3 days. So we will provide that information to you. And then it is up to you as our partner to say, let's go for it, or I don't want to do it. So it's not just within our hands. It's not just within our control. It's us working together to make sure that we are successful for this industry and for this business, for your business, as well as for our business. Can they return before 30 days? So all sales are final for us. Once the sale has been made, once the money has been paid, the sale is final. So that is hope that answers your question. And Mulefi, thank you for your kind note. It's very, very sweet, and thank you for saying that. As well as Elisa, thank you for your lovely note. I appreciate it. We are assisting. We're assisting the world pandemic. Okay. What are you thinking about adopting extra tools to facilitate the industry to recover? What a phenomenal question. And thank you, whoever you are, for asking that question, because it is a great question. So obviously, the process, the fact that we've created UNI Public, which is not something that we've ever considered doing, has been to actually help the industry and ensure that we are providing the industry with a way to be able to put their goods on a platform that's free, that can be utilized by anyone and everyone for no additional charge. You can log into it, you can get the information, etc. I do have to say that the login is protected, so no consumer should be able to get into it. You have to be a company, a business, in order to be able to get into it the same way that you would for any other diamond platform. Now, in addition to that, the fact that we're providing free shipments back and forth, the fact that we're providing, you can't travel. If you can't travel, we're the ideal scenario for you. Because if you do need diamonds, you could call us. You could let us know. sales@uni.diamonds. Remember, we're not a .com. We believe in diamonds. We're .diamonds. sales@uni.diamonds. You could email us and say, this is my demand. This is what I'm looking for. We will look at the entire data that we have available. We will pull those goods. We will bring it to you. You can QC it in your own environment. You can ensure that you take what you want and send back what you don't. If there isn't, if this isn't a way for us to really show our commitment to the industry in these times or any other, I don't know what is. So I hope this answers your question. And if there are recommendations that you have, whoever this wonderful question, we're here to listen. We want to help. We want to be able to help the industry move to a completely different level. And I hope through this presentation you've heard and felt what we want to do as an industry. If you do have questions, if you do have concerns, please by all means email us at sales@uni.diamonds. And if there are things that we can do to help, we'd be happy to do so. So again, sales@uni.diamonds. If you have questions, further questions that we can answer, more than happy to try and help. Komotso, thank you very much for your kind notes. I really appreciate it. And with that, I say I bid you adieu. And I look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Please keep healthy. Please keep your families healthy. Our thoughts and prayers are with each and every one of you, and we wish you the very best. And thank you for giving us this time to be able to enter your home, because most of you are probably sitting at home, as I am. And thank you for giving us this opportunity to present our organization and why we're excited about our organization within this industry. And I hope we get to work with each and every one of you who have on this call. Thanks, everyone. Take care.